last time, Tiny had nothing left. No strength. No hope. No one. He closed his eyes on that cold stone and waited for the world to forget him. But the world had one more surprise. Someone stopped, and everything began to change. The footsteps slowed, then stopped, right beside him. A voice, soft and low, broke the silence. "Oh no, what happened to you, little one?" Tiny forced his eyes open, and for the first time in 7 days, someone was looking at him, not through him, not past him, at him. The person crouched down carefully, no sudden movements, no loud sounds, just presence. Tiny didn't run. He had no strength to run. But even if he did, something told him he didn't need to. The stranger placed a small bottle cap of water beside him. Then a few bites of food, carefully, within reach. And then they moved back, giving him space. Tiny stared at it. He had learned out there that nothing came free, that kindness wasn't always what it looked like. But his body was speaking louder than his fear. One paw forward, then another. He reached the food and ate. The stranger didn't move, didn't reach for him. They just stayed, quietly watching over him. And that quiet staying was the kindest thing anyone had done for him in days. The next morning, they came back. Same time, same spot, same quiet patience. And the morning after that, and the one after that, Tiny began to understand a new kind of routine. Not the warmth of a home he lost, but something growing, something careful. He watched from a distance at first, 3 meters, then 2, then 1. Until one afternoon, without planning it, without thinking, he simply walked over and sat beside them. Neither of them moved. They just sat there together, in the quiet of the alley. 2 souls finding something in each other. One day, the strangers slowly raised their hand, not reaching, not grabbing, just an open palm hovering in the air. An offer. Tiny's whole body tensed. Memories flooded back, loud strangers, rough hands, cold nights. He sat very still. His nose twitched. His ears flicked back, then forward. The hand didn't move. It just waited. And slowly, so slowly, Tiny leaned his head forward and touched that hand with his nose. One tiny breath of warmth. And then he didn't pull back. Warmth. Real warmth. Not from the sun, not from hiding. From someone choosing to be gentle. Tiny pressed into that hand a little more each day. He started waiting at the alley entrance, watching for them to arrive. His tail, which had barely moved in weeks, began to flicker. He wasn't the same kitten who had wandered out of that open door. Something in him was healing, not all at once, but piece by piece, like light coming back into a room that had been dark too long. That evening, the stranger stood to leave, as always. They gathered their things, smiled down at Tiny. "See you tomorrow, little one." But this time, Tiny stood up too. He followed, a few steps, then more. The stranger paused, turned back slowly. Tiny stopped too, watching, waiting. "Do you want to come with me?" He didn't understand the words, he never did. But he understood something deeper, the tone, the safety, the meaning beneath the sounds. Behind him, the cold alley, the empty nights, the place that broke him. Ahead, unknown, uncertain, but warm. This was his choice. He stepped forward, then again, walking beside them, not behind, not carried, beside. Equal, together. He was still small, still healing, still carrying the memory of cold streets and closed doors. But for the first time since he was lost, he wasn't walking away from something. He was walking toward it. The world can be cold, loud, indifferent. It can close doors and leave you outside wondering what you did wrong. But somewhere in that same world, there are people who stop, who kneel down, who stay, who offer a hand and wait, without rushing you. Tiny didn't need saving. He needed one person to show up. And maybe, so do you. Or maybe, you're that person for someone else. Tiny had a roof now, a warm place to sleep, someone who came back. But the world outside hadn't forgotten him yet, and there were things ahead that even kindness couldn't fully prepare him for. Episode 3, Learning to Trust Again. Coming soon.